here on Kababayan LA, we not only bring you the latest news in our community, we also give you free tickets to different events in and around Southern California. Orange County Fair is still ongoing. It opened last July 13th, and here on the show, we're giving you a chance to get in for free. For the last how many weeks, we've been giving lucky families 4 tickets to the Orange County Fair. This week is our last week of giving away tickets to that. So send your entries now, Kababayan at la18.tv, why you think your family deserves to win. Thank you for sharing your afternoon with us here on Kababayan LA. Right about now, we are going to talk about community dispute resolution, correct? Very serious topic, and we have 2 second-year law students and conflict resolution specialists at Asian Pacific American Dispute Resolution Center to explain that to us in very simple terms. Ano ba yung conflict resolution? What is that?
Okay, so conflict resolution is an alternative to litigation. Isang paraan para ayusin yung mga legal problems ng mga tao. Kaysa magpunta sila sa korte or mag-hire sila ng abogado, pwede silang pumunta muna sa mediation so they can resolve their problems. Hopefully mutually and hopefully amicably also.
And suing is not the only option. You know, here in the States, diba, ang daming abogado, ang daming mga kaso, and we always drop that. We always say, you know, I'm going to sue for whatever reason, for different little infractions, and that is not always the case. That is why there is mediation. This is a project of Asian Pacific American Dispute Resolution Center. What does it do? What is APADRC?
We facilitate communication between parties who cause. Usually people different languages. Meron kami na Chinese, Cantonese, Mandarin, Tagalog kami, Korean, Japanese, at saka Spanish din.
Kasi syempre, when you're trying to resolve a conflict, importante yung communication. And if you can't communicate because there's, you know, some things are lost in translation, ika nga, you're not able to arrive at a resolution, right? What are the advantages of mediation as opposed to litigation? Because I know litigation takes a long time. You have to spend on the lawyers. Ganyan.
Well, madalas yung pag nasa korte yung mga tao, kailangan nila mag-hire ng lawyer, tapos yung lawyer kailangan bayaran ng maraming pera, hundreds, even thousands of dollars sometimes. So with litigation, also, with mediation, it saves you a lot of time, a lot of money, time in court, a lot of stress also. You know, you could save yourselves a lot of the trouble by coming to mediation first. You could always go to litigation later, but our advice would be to try to mediate. Try mediation first.
And go there with open mind.
Open mind, of course.
Open mind.
Right.
What are the conflicts usually that you see? Some of the cases that you handle in our Filipino community.
Yung mga cases na handle namin, merong madaming landlord-tenant, merong dispute sila, maybe sa deposits nila. At saka may consumer debt, parang, you know, may utang, nag-help kami na negotiate, sometimes to a reasonable amount. Meron din yung mga problema sa pamilya, cases like that.
And what challenges do Filipinos face when it comes to conflict resolution?
Nakikita namin sa mga Pilipino, mahirap sila mag-communicate with either the banks or their creditors. So we definitely help them out with that. Also, you know, sometimes with their family disputes, there's a lot of emotional baggage that comes along, so they're not able to come to a resolution right away. So we settle a lot of family disputes as well. You know, because sometimes the Filipino family members can be very emotional.
Right.
There can be a lot of disputes within the family, so we try to help them along, move them along past that and into a resolution.
How do you do that though? When you sit on when you sit at a table and everyone's it's emotionally charged and it's a serious problem. What's a good mediator?
Meron kaming ground rules. Yung first ground rule namin ay listen first. There's a notepad in front of you. If someone wants to, you know, rebut a certain thing, they might write notes, and when it's their turn to talk, then they can say whatever they need to. So we try to control the emotions there, and we try to not to let it get out of hand.
Right. And I would think that culture also plays a very important role. Kasi, you know, what's offensive to some ethnic groups may not be offensive to other ethnic Asian ethnic groups. How do you deal with that?
Well, that's why we try to open the lines of communication. We try to explain to the other party, you know, what the other party usually tries to they're not trying to be offensive at all. Usually neither party is trying to offend the other party.
Right.
They just kind of take offense to it. And so we usually just try and explain. We have different translators that work at our office, and so it's easier to bridge that gap, that language barrier, sometimes, especially within different communities within Los Angeles.
Sounds good. Nako, mahirap pong mamuhay dito sa mundo na may mga kaaway, di ba? Mahirap pagka may conflict, you don't have peace. So we invite you to call them if you find yourself in that situation. what's it called again? APA DRC. APA DRC is there to help us. That's the number to call on the screen. And they can call anytime and ask about community dispute resolution.
That's correct.
Right? And they also do divorce mediation, which we talked about not too long ago here on the show as well. That's the same number to call on the screen. Thank you so much, and more power to you.
Thank you.
Sports and entertainment still to come when we return on Kababayan LA. Don't go away.